Hello and welcome everyone back to Formula One, my team career, here today for the British Grand Prix. It's time for the race that started it all back in 1950. Here today in season number 1, as we now go through our activity timeline and what we could do here to benefit the team somewhat and see what we can do. We have an event at the chassis department. We could gain resource points and hurt the morale of a certain department. So we are going to hurt the morale of Aero because I think the Aero department was pretty good and our chassis department is not. We're going to renew that sponsor that I can't read because it was too small text right there. It's probably bad that I don't even know my own sponsors, but who cares? It's a game. As we now equip some new engine components because, as you can see, some of these old ones are getting worn, and in fact, one of them was actually completely gone. So, couldn't use that one. Anyways, going to see what upgrades we can make on this chassis, which is slacking quite a bit. We haven't focused on it too much, and we need to, because we have some big races coming up, like Singapore in just 2 races. Or else I believe we're in the US as well this season. Another track with a lot of corners that you'd want a good chassis at. Where else? Jeddah, probably good to have that grip for the championship finale. Australia even. You could probably use a good chassis there as well. We also have to work on that engine because next time out, or no, 2 races, it's 3 races till Singapore. Next time out is Spa, and then followed by Monza, 2 of the fastest tracks where you really do need that engine. So we should probably start focusing on that, even though I don't think I actually did all that much outside of the ERS stuff. As we head on to free practice 3, simulated the first 2, or quick practiced them, and you can just see going through Brooklands, Luffield, Woodcote, all those good corners as we now get ready for qualifying here for the British Grand Prix. Coming out of Stowe, down into the final chicane, and our first lap here, not going to be that great. So we cross the line. We're 2.7 seconds off of Carlos Sainz's lap time right there. And you're going to see heading through Stowe here for our second lap. We are up right now, but we are now in dead last as Latifi crosses the line and improves. We need to advance here. We're going to be able to advance. Oh, but we get sideways and into the wall and across the line. We will start the British Grand Prix from last on the grid. A lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of work now needed to be done as Sergio Perez goes on to win pole position. Joe Guan Yu up in 17th. Let's get ready for the British Grand Prix.
We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone and it's time for the British Grand Prix. The 3.6-mile-long Silverstone circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and Copse flat out. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas and Ricciardo, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Tsunoda, Lance Stroll and Giovinazzi, Vettel, Russell, and Guan Yu Zhou and Kimi Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, The Real Deal and Nicholas Latifi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. Dead last, 26 laps here today. We're going to have to capitalize and maybe hope there's an incident at Abbey, which is the first corner here at Silverstone. I know the AI tend to come together on the starts here occasionally, so we're just going to have to hope for a big pile-up in turn 1. Wink, wink. As we get ready now for the Grand Prix, as we head to the 5 red lights and the British Grand Prix. It is... Now it's lights out. And away we go, heading down towards turn number 1. You probably all thought there was going to be a big pile-up up here after I said wink, wink earlier. But guess what? There's not, and we get through. Chasing after Zhou Guan Yu now, up into P18 after a lightning start. Up the inside now of George Russell. And we're going to take him through the village section and down towards the Wellington Straight. And down towards Brooklyn as well. Chasing after Sebastian Vettel now. George Russell, though, has a major run on us. That kind of stalls out because we are deploying all of our energy here on this first lap. Into Brooklyn's we go. And now later at Copse, George Russell takes a look down the inside and towards Beckett and Beckett's. We are side by side. And we eventually break free heading into Beckett's here. Taking that 16th position away as we head onto the Hangar Straight. Through Copse. Bit of an issue behind for Nicholas Latifi. He is retired with a mechanical issue at the back of this field. He is out of the Grand Prix. As now down the Wellington Straight, George Russell comes along with a huge run. Tries to go around the outside at Brooklands. Can't quite get it done. Lewis Hamilton tried that in real life and it didn't work either. As now trouble for George Russell. Russell collides with us and through Luffield, George Russell brings out the safety car after a quick spin, which apparently the FIA thought was worthy of a safety car. We're going to pit here anyways and go on to the hard compound tires to the end of this Grand Prix. So good pitting under safety car here because, as you can see, this pit road is insanely long at Silverstone. It takes forever to make a stop, but as we come out, we will be behind Fernando Alonso and looks like ahead of Mick Schumacher in the Haas. So we are currently situated in P19 as a couple of people, including Joe, stayed out. So we're back racing on lap number 8 of this Grand Prix. And yeah, trying to stay in front of Mick. He is in a Haas. It shouldn't be too difficult to do that here as we now head into Village. These first couple of laps always takes me forever to get used to these hard compound tires. These first couple of laps are always difficult. They might be close between me and Mick and even George, who's also right back there. George probably not happy with me after what happened. Last thing I want to do is make George angry, though. So anyways, through Brooklands we go, and now through Luffield and Woodcote in a little bit here. And on down the old Silverstone pit straight. And towards Copse Corner, where we had a great side-by-side battle with George Russell on the opening lap of this Grand Prix. Down into Copse, taking it really wide because I can never get the hang of that. And as you can see, we have gapped Russell and Schumacher by 7/10 now here on lap 11 as Joe, Stroll, everybody who hasn't pit comes into pit now. And yeah, we should be about, I believe, P14. We're going to see as we come down the home straight here where we are situated. As everyone comes through the pits, we are P15 on track. Not too bad. As now later on lap 13, up ahead, Antonio Giovinazzi has spun and almost spins right into the path of us. That could have gotten nasty in an instant as he just went around. Maybe an issue or a puncture. We'll see here. No, he just got on the throttle way too early. AI doing AI things. As Max Verstappen on lap 15 is out of the session. And that was about everything that happened. We pulled away from Schumacher. We lost time to Ocon. And we come around for a P13 finish here. Half the race later almost. With Sergio Perez taking victory. But we are from dead last to 15th. Or 13th, whatever. Driver of the day.
Here we are then, a fantastic British Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Back at the beginning of that cutscene, Crofty certainly could have used a different word other than fantastic to describe this race. It wasn't that interesting, as you could all see by the fact that literally Max Verstappen retiring from the Grand Prix was the only 10 seconds that was shown of the second half of this race, because simply I ran by myself for the other probably 25 minutes in the second half of this race. Verstappen and Latifi, the only DNFs due to mechanical failures. Perez went on to win. Our pace just was not strong. Esteban Ocon's lap times were, on average, faster than my fastest lap time of the race. And this was about 20 laps into the run. Or maybe not 20, but like 10 laps into the run with like 5 laps to go on like lap 20. So we see that the constructors standing still sat in P7 with 17 points, as we see the start of the British Grand Prix here from earlier. What is Verstappen doing? Weaving all over the place, as you can see us going around the outside there of Abbey. So anyways, that'll do it for this short and boring race, to say the least. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're aiming to get 1,000 subscribers so I can make money off of YouTube and put some ads on my videos. That would be fantastic. And yes, I can confirm, Monza, not a boring race. Spa, meh. Singapore, not a boring race. So, see you all in the next video. Have a great day.